My daughter, JonBenét.
I love that child.
And I know I'm innocent. I know they know I'm innocent.
I've never even met the little girl.
You've heard their stories. You've heard their pleas for innocence.
This time
But who may be lying and who may be telling the truth?
I did not kill JonBenét.
When you watch John and Patsy Ramsey, do you believe their story? Both refused to testify before a grand jury looking into the murder of their daughter. They also refused to take a polygraph test. So in the end, did they do it, or was it someone else?
Suspected deception in the following segment.
This is a voice stress analyzer, more commonly known as the Truster Pro. It's used by 700 police forces across the United States. By analyzing voice, it is designed to calculate percentages of deception. But just like a polygraph test, its reliability is debated, and its results are not admissible in court. Don Bender, a licensed forensic psychotherapist, is trained to operate the Truster, and we called upon his services.
The polygraph measures physiological functions, blood pressure, galvanic skin response, which is sweating, and also respiration. The computerized voice stress analyzer, on the other hand, measures the quality of the voice, particularly the frequency and what are called micro tremors in the vocal cords.
We took interviews from people police had interviewed in connection with the murder of JonBenét Ramsey. The first was Bud Henderson, whose ex-wife once worked for John Ramsey and allegedly misappropriated money from the Ramsey business.
They also at the time asked me if I could take a lie detector test. Excuse me. I told them I would think about that.
Mr. Henderson, in general, was quite believable. The only instance where there seemed to be some question of credibility was where he said that he'd be most willing to actually take a polygraph.
Our second test was Bill McReynolds, who played Santa Claus at the Ramseys' Christmas party the night before JonBenét was found murdered.
I have a little stardust that she gave me.
Deception was indicated in the following segment.
Little girl, and she actually gave Santa a present.
Some indications of exaggeration when he was talking about gifts that JonBenét had given him.
But the most interesting findings by far were those of JonBenét's parents, John and Patsy Ramsey.
I did not kill my daughter, JonBenét.
The one statement that actually came across as believable was his direct statement that he wasn't directly responsible for killing JonBenét.
But watch and listen to what the Truster indicated at this statement.
What do you want to say to the killer of your daughter?
We'll find you. We will find you.
Deception was indicated in the following segment.
We'll find you.
According to the voice stress analyzer, there were portions of his statements having to do with the search for the real culprit that seemed less than wholly believable.
Let me assure you that I did not kill JonBenét.
The voice stress analyzer graphs from Mrs. Ramsey were particularly interesting because on the most relevant question, did she kill JonBenét, there wasn't a significant reaction that really questioned her believability.
Like her husband, the great percentage of unbelievability comes at this point.
Suspected deception in the following segment.
God knows who you are, and we will find you.
Right there is the we're going to find you. The highest peak on one of the graphs we looked at was the one that occurred right at the end, where she refers to the killer being out there and that he better watch it because they're going to find him. And that showed a peak that was a strong indicator that she didn't wholly believe what she was saying.
In terms of the voice stress analyzer, if someone is stressed, as anyone who has lost a child would be, would that not affect the results?
Not necessarily, because extreme emotion is going to be there whether they're saying something that they believe or something that they're trying to be deceptive about. And what we measure is the difference between the two.
Who killed JonBenét may forever remain a mystery. Did her parents have a part in it? Only she will ever know. Mary Garofalo, Fox News.